Hey traders, what's going on? I just wanted to do a really quick video to show you guys our new backtesting software for Legacy. It's all based off of our Legacy Algo, and it backtests, any strategy that you guys could think of with the algorithm on any pair or time frame, so you guys can fully optimize its capabilities. Right now, we have it fully optimized for NASDAQ, NAS 100. But if you guys want to, for example, optimize Bitcoin or US 30, gold, Tesla, doesn't matter, you name it, you guys can run thousands of trades through the backtesting software, so you guys can get the analytics for it, so you guys can fully optimize your trading. So, for example, I have Legacy Algo here pulled up right now. I have it backtested the last 28 trades. It essentially backtested the last few months with the specific settings that I have to give you guys the results, so you guys can see what its performance would be like versus having to always forward test and manually go on replay mode and press replay and then mark it out and all that kind of stuff. You guys can literally backtest thousands of trades within minutes and see the results and fully optimize it by basing by changing up the settings, things of that nature. Right now we have, an 82% win rate based off the settings that I've inputted in here, 1,000% net profit return based off the lot size that I had and the account balance, and the max drawdown. I have it with a starting balance of $1,000. If you go to properties, once you guys go to the Legacy Algo Backtester for Trading View, this is where your initial deposit would be. So if you want to base your backtesting report off of $1,000, or if you want to base it off of 10,000, 100,000, you guys can mess with the settings there to see what the results would be like. And then obviously the lot size and stuff like that would be here, percent of equity, etc. So I have it on 12 lots, $1,000 account with the 1% commission. You can change the slippage however you guys want to get the best backtesting results to basically make it as close as possible as if it was to your broker. So you want to find out your broker's fees and commissions so that you guys can plug and play here. But once you guys mess with the account starting balance, and then you guys mess with the the order sizing, the lot size you guys want to use, so you guys can see how it would perform. Then you go to inputs, and you have all these different settings, which I'll go into a lot more detail in another video. But essentially, this is the legacy signal. So whenever you guys see the long or short positions, this is where you can mess with those settings to where you can make those alerts a lot more accurate depending on the pair. Right now, it's over a 90% win rate for us on NASDAQ. But if you guys want to fully optimize, say you trade Dogecoin or Shiba or something like that, you guys can mess with the settings, save the settings, and then you guys can put it into the algorithm, so you guys can look to not only better the algo for what you trade, but you can also automate it into like an EA or a trading robot to make your trading a lot better, because the goal here is to get your drawdown as low as possible and to get that net profit over here to the left as high as possible to make your trading the best it can be. So for example, I not only have the legacy signals here, but if you see this use pin bar signals, that's if you guys wanted to see how your trading would perform if you were to, for example, incorporate pin bar candles into your trading. So if you click on pin bars, that gave us, instead of 28 trades, it gave us 45 trades, 1,000% net profit, 34% max drawdown. So a little bit more of a max drawdown, but you did get a little bit better of a net profit. So that's the kind of stuff you guys can see here with this backtesting software. And again, I have this trading the signals with the trend from 8 to 9:30. But again, you can mess around with that. Say I wanted to see how this algorithm would perform if I were to trade from 8 to let's say 11, for example. We now have 70 trades with a max drawdown of 281%, 1,400% return. So it's obviously not going to be efficient. So you guys want to mess around with these settings to find out what times not only are going to be best for you to trade, but if you were to automate this, what exactly the best times are going to be. So guys can mess around with the trading signals time frames. You guys can mess around with the dates that you can see here. You want to go ahead and change those dates. You can also, the base settings, have it to where it enters on the signal candle once it closes. But if you want, for example, it to enter above on a long signal, and once it breaks, you want it to enter, or below on a short, this is where you guys click for that. And then that will, use that functionality so that you guys can enter based off that specific strategy. So when you do the breaks of the above for the buys and belows for the shorts, we have a 662% net profit with a 33% max drawdown. So obviously it's going to be better to just allow it to, base it off the signals. And again, if you guys click up here on the time frames, it's going to show you the results. So the specific settings on, for example, the 10-minute, you guys can see here below. 30-minute, you guys can see here below. So it all depends on, exactly the time frame and the settings you guys have incorporated into there. It's going to change it on any pair and time frame you click on. So it's very easy once you have the settings already factored in. It's going to be a lot easier to just go around and click on different pairs and stuff like that to see how it will perform off that specific strategy, so you guys can get the best results for whatever you guys trade. So if you go back here to settings, and for example, I have it trading only with the trend, but if I wanted to trade, literally every signal within the last, few months that I have it put in, we're gonna have a 60, it has a 67% win rate now, et cetera, et cetera. But you want to just play around with these settings. This take profit and stop loss feature. This is essentially, using our AI stop loss and take profit functionality, so you guys can see how it perform if you were to leave your, your trades to TP1 or TP2. It's going to mess around with results there. We also have an ATR trailing stop loss. So if you guys want to see how it performs with the trailing stop, you guys can see how that works as well. You can even mess with the settings, to fully optimize it. So you just toggle that on and off. You do want to, if you're going to do the ATR trailing stop loss, you do want to make sure that, this functionality is not on, because it has a stop loss and a take profit feature. So it's not going to really incorporate that. But if you were to have the ATR or take that functionality off, as you can see, it changes up the data. So all of these different things are going to be designed to make your trading fully optimized within seconds, versus having to physically either day trade every single day, which is going to take you years and years and years, or sitting there for hours trying to, manually backtest on replay mode. This is going to do it in seconds for you guys just by messing with the settings. And it's all based off the Algo strategy. And as you guys know, who's been using the algorithm, how accurate it is, and all of that. So it's a really cool feature. We're super excited to have the backtesting software finally completed. And yeah, you guys can check it out. It's the same way you guys have our trading algo. We just need your trading view name, and we can plot it right there on your chart, give you guys invite only access, so you guys can not only put it up on your screen, but you guys will have access to the backtesting software as well for trading view, right away. So it's very cool. You also, on this functionality, not only can you take profits based off stop loss and take profits and based off points or pips, for example, you guys can do it based off percentages or the AI stop loss. So you guys can mess around and see which functionalities work better, mess around with the settings for the signals to see which settings, for example, are the best. For example, if I put this down to like 11 for the RSI, it changes up the data. Now we have a 66% win rate, so on and so forth. So you definitely want to just, mess around with this. It's going to take you a little bit of time to fully optimize and see which settings are the best for your specific pair. And which function, if it's better to trade with the signals, if it's better to trade with signals only with the trend, is it better to trade from 8 to 9:30 or 8 to 8 p.m. at night? This will spit out all the data. And not only will it spit out all of the data, but literally it will show you guys the trades in real time on TradingView. And for example, if you guys wanted to run a backtesting report, you guys go over here to deep dive. If you wanted to do like a backtesting report over the last few years or so, you guys can within seconds to see how your strategy performs over hundreds of trades and over the last few years. So for example, let's do 2022. we can try 2021 to 2022. Let's see here. Let's do the last 2 years, for example, just to show you how this functionality works. Let's wait for the back testing to load, and then bam. So now we have the last, with the trend only within the last 2 years, we have 54 trades, 745% net profit, horrible drawdown. So again, you want to mess with this until you guys can see which exact features have the highest net profit with the lowest drawdown to optimize your trading fully. It's all based off, utilizing the software. So, just go ahead and check it out. We'll get you guys access to it. You can go to legacyalgo.com. We have a backtester page on there where you guys can get access to it. So you guys can fully optimize it. If you guys get the backtesting software as well, it comes with the Algo additionally with it. So you guys will not only have the Algo, but you'll also have the backtesting functionality, so you can backtest and optimize any strategy you want on any pair or time frame. And for example, if you get rid of candles trades without the trend, now we have 114 trades, 61% profitable, horrible drawdown right now. But again, to get that drawdown down and keep that net profit, you want to mess around with all the different settings so you guys can have that. The highest I was able to, literally optimize this was, it was like 88 trades or so, 1,000% net profit based off the lot size that I had, and like a 20% net drawdown, max drawdown. So it's a huge return. If you guys think of the highest performing asset classes there are, for example, over the course of maybe like 10 years or so, it's kind of like the indexes. You're looking at maybe 20% a year on a good year. So like to have 1,000% return within like 3 months or so, based off this specific strategy and settings is insane. I mean, it's crazy. So trading, it's limitless. The opportunities and doing quantitative analysis and back testing and using data science to optimize your trading is, in my opinion, one of the best things you can possibly do. I know it's not talked about as much, but I think back testing is crucial in order to not only verify your trading strategy is successful, but also so you guys can tweak it and make it better. That's huge. So get access to it. You guys can please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on Legacy Algo on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And yeah, until next time. Thanks.